Guys, it's Brandon, back again for another video. Today's gonna be a little bit different. You guys are starting your dry cooking methods lessons, and with that comes breaking down a whole chicken. So this is going to be the tutorial video for that. So first off, of course, you have your whole chicken. One little tip is best if it is dry. It just gets easier when you're starting to cut. For me, I like to start with the wings. So you're just gonna lay it on the side, and all the wings have this little V here. You're just gonna take your chef's knife or your boning knife. You're gonna cut there until the joint is exposed. So you're gonna hear a little snap. Turn it around, cut around a little bit more. Try not to get any at all of the breast meat on there. So it's just doing nice, small strokes. And then you're gonna wanna leave one wing on, just so when you do your airline chicken. But from here, you have your full wing intact. And as you can see, there's gonna be two joints to it. So you're gonna have your wing tip joint, and then the joint that connects your drumstick to your flat or your paddle. And so from here, you can fully extend out your wing, feel for the joint there, and just follow through. So there's one tip, and then from here, just like from the other one, you have your little V here, which you're gonna slice through, and then just to find, you can feel through and find that joint where the two hinges meet. And you're going to just, should cut very easily. So there you have one. And with this one, you guys are gonna wanna keep intact of your whole wing, but you can cut off the flat or the paddle and the wingtip. You're gonna only need the drumstick on there. So like I said, you're gonna feel for that joint, slice through, and then the same thing on here, feel for that joint, and cut that piece off. You guys are gonna put this on a baking sheet that is lined with parchment paper, and it is going to be labeled with all of your 8 components. Okay. From here, you guys should have the 2 breasts, the thighs, and the drums. From here, I like to get the drums off. So from here, you have the 2 drums, and there's a little bit of the skin here that can be sliced off, which exposes the thigh cavity. And then you're just going in and exposing it more just so you can see. And through here there is oyster joints, which are just the joints that connect the thigh to the actual body of it. And so from here you can hold your bird and pop. You can hear a little bit of a pop, but all that is exposing the thigh bone. So from here, you can just go through and slice off a whole thigh. And just do the same, and just go up. All it is exposing that bone. To the side, and then from here you guys are just going to want to feel around where the joint that connects this bone to the drumstick again, and once you find where it connects, you just slice that off, and you have a drum, and then the thigh here. Just gonna feel for that joint. So there's 2 drums, and then with these ones we're gonna do boneless, skinless thighs, so you can just tear the fat off. And then with this one, you're just gonna do small, tiny incisions along the bone until it exposes And you can just go in. And then from here, once the bone is exposed, you can fit your finger under the bone and just as easily lift the bone up from the skin, the meat, and then just scrape off all that you need. There's one boneless, skinless. And just going in, pulling off the meat from there, and you can scrape. You should have, after this, 2 boneless, skinless thighs and 2 drums. Put them aside. Okay. Now for the breast and tenders. So from here, you should have the full breast carcass, and you can see right here there's a line that pretty much goes through. That's going to be the breastbone. You can even feel it too. So from here, you're going to want to go straight down to expose the breastbone. You can feel them here too as well. And then once you get to the breastbone, you can pick either side which you want to start with. I'm just going to start with the right side. And so this is the breastbone right here. I'm going to make an incision down, just along the breastbone, exposing all the flesh. Getting as much meat as possible. Move it around if I need to. Like that. And with the breast also comes the tenderloin, which is also chicken tenders. So you have that here. Just let that go through. Here is your tender. And then the breast. And your full breast shouldn't have any bones on it. You guys are going to do a boneless, skinless breast, so you guys can just take the skin off. And trim off some of the fat here. So you have a boneless breast, and then you have your tender. And then with this one, you guys are going to want to take out the tenderloin, which is that long white piece that goes through. You can just hold on to it and pull it out. And that is a tendon without the tender. So it's one breast, one tender. And then with this one, you guys are going to do an airline, which is just pretty much a chicken breast with the drumstick still attached. So like again, I'm gonna go down the breastbone. And from here, you can see the hinge where the drumstick is at. You can cut that off. And then you guys can go back in here as well and grab the tender. And then you should have your guys' carcass here, which you're gonna cut on the tray as well. And then airline. All right. For airline, which this one is, you guys are going to want to expose the bone of the drumstick. So you can make a small incision on the drumstick, go around, and then with the blade of it, you guys are just going to scrape down, almost like as if you have made a pretty much like a lollipop out of your drumstick. Down, getting rid of any other tendons. take all this gunk off the edge of it. That is going to be your airline breast and then another tender.